What is up, Yankee fans? It's Ryan Garcia. This is Fireside Yankees. Look, I know that we wait a little bit to get into the streaming game for the offseason, but I feel like it really it's not responsible to talk about the Juan Soto sweepstakes and where the Yankees stand and all of that until the rumors, the hot stove for yes starts. It just isn't. It doesn't make any sense because hot stove is where you're going to get the best Yankee info. Knowing the kind of the way that the Soto sweepstakes are going to be dragged out, it doesn't make, I felt like it was going to be so unproductive for not just our viewers, but honestly for mass misinformation. I didn't want to get caught up in every little rumor. So I figured it'd be best to wait until hot stove started. Hot stove has begun. We got our first Jack Curry segment, his conversations about Soto and all that stuff. There is a lot for us to talk about. Before we get into everything, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and let's do a roll call here. Who is in the chat? Who is here? Let's start going through the chat. Vinny was here at 428. Let's not let him go. Not worth the AV. I'm sorry, I disagree, but hello, Vinny. Brandon Moore, I hope Jack Curry is going to get to the bottom of this Yankee tapping out from the Soto bidding sweepstakes. First off, Randy Miller is a clown for saying that. Jack Curry absolutely demolished Randy Miller, basically. I know he didn't directly do it, but by stating that the Yankees were thumbs down on Nolan Arenado and that they were in on Juan Soto, completely disparages Randy Miller's reports. You guys should not be looking to him as a reliable source right now. It is with Jack Curry. It is with Andy Martino. It is with Jeff Passan, Ken Rosenthal. I'd say even, not to the same extent, but John Heyman does have credible reports. Look, you could sit here and say that the Red Sox don't have a chance, but I do believe that they genuinely are aggressively looking at Juan Soto, because why wouldn't you, right? So, I just want to point that out by saying, Randy Miller, you're wrong. Randy Miller's wrong. I got nothing personally against him, but he's wrong. I'm sorry. It's not a reliable source. So staying with the Yankees no matter what. That I do disagree with. I am not going to reach the conclusion that the Yankees are you cannot have a foregone conclusion that the New York Yankees are going to sign Juan Soto. I think that's irrational. I think that's unreasonable. And the reason I say that is because he's a generational free agent and everyone really wants this guy. Everyone thinks of him as the guy, as the guy who can change their franchise. So I do want to kind of clarify. I am not to that extent. I am to the extent that, I'm to the extent that I think that Juan Soto has a good chance of coming back. That's realistically where I'm at. What's up, MLB channel? Hope you're doing well. Hi, big fan, my boy Pardo. If you guys don't know Hard Part, you guys don't subscribe to him or check him out on Twitch, all of his social media platforms, you're doing yourself a disservice. He is one of the best MLB The Show streamers in the game. Also, obviously a Yankee fan. I clearly can't talk today. I clearly that's not something I can do. So, I'm just gonna run that one back. But with that being said, Yankees are, I know they're not going to let Juan Soto go that easily. I know. So, I feel pretty good about this. I feel pretty good about where they're at with Soto. We'll see if they're able to get their guy, if that makes sense. That's kind of really where I'm at. What's up, Trevor, my guy? Hope you're doing well. Let's go, Justin. Randy Miller is the worst reporter in New York. I think there are worse reporters. I genuinely think there are worse reporters than Randy Miller. I think there are people who genuinely do suck. And I wouldn't say Randy Miller sucks. I don't know him personally, but I would say he's not as reliable as Jack Curry. Also, want to mention this. Obviously, the athletic guys, Chris Kirschner, Brendan Cody. You've got Max Goodman at NJ.com. You've got Gary Phillips. He came on this podcast. So does Goodman and Kirschner. I think he's a really good beat, all things considered. So it's not disparaging Yankee beat. The Yankees have a great beat. So I think it's just a matter of you just wait for the guys like Curry and Passan because they're the top dogs, right? Curry's the kind of like the top dog as a local Yankee reporter, and Passan is the top dog with just reporting in general. Now, if Ken Rosenthal tweeted out today the New York Yankees are out on Juan Soto, I'd believe that. If John Heyman tweeted out that the Yankees are out on Juan Soto, I'd believe that. But if it just didn't, it's not even just a matter of trusting reporters, it's the sniff test, right? Let's look at the sniff test here. The Yankees invested significant trade capital in acquiring Juan Soto. They overpaid, let's be honest, they overpaid what most teams would feel comfortable paying for Juan Soto. Why do we know that? The Yankees were the only team realistically involved with Juan Soto. He came with a $30 million price tag from arbitration. That's a huge hit to your luxury tax. Number two, the Yankees traded Michael King. Michael King is a frontline starting pitcher. I said it from the day he was traded. This is a guy who's closer to winning a Cy Young than being a league average starting pitcher. He showed up and showed out last season. Now, Vasquez and Brito underperformed the expectations I had for them. So I will say, those are misses on my end, but they could become solid pitchers, and they still have multiple years of control. Higashioka was awesome for them. Absolutely incredible for the San Diego Padres. And they also moved Grisham's money. They moved $5 million of Trent Grisham. $5 million they didn't really want to spend. So, the Padres did well in this deal given their circumstances. They freed up $35 million. They got a piece that helped them headline the Dylan Cease trade. They got their ace for the 2024 season, and he's under control for 2025. The Yankees did a lot to get Juan Soto. If anyone ever had a fraction or fiber of thought that resulted in them thinking the Yankees weren't going to go all out to try to bring him back, that's where I think it's crazy. Again, the Yankees could miss on Juan Soto, and everything I just said will still remain true. They are full court pressing on this. That's what they're doing. We'll see if it results in them getting their guy, but they feel good about this. Juan Soto, it feels like this is something that it feels like the Yankees are willing to do what it takes to bring him back. We'll see what that means. There was no rebuttal of, well, if the money this, if this, that, they don't want to go to these waters. They are willing to go to the lengths everyone's willing to go. They're willing to swim the waters they know they have to swim. They know where the money is. They know where the money is. They know where the money's getting to. The Yankees are aware. They're not stupid. And Hal Steinbrenner is not a stupid businessman. He knows that Yankee fans are going to show up if Soto's there. They're not going to show up the same way they would if he's gone. Saying they would only, it was laughable, EV27. Laughable. My friend works for the Yankees, said Randy Miller's right. Yeah, dude. Look, if you're hearing someone say, I know someone in the Yankee organization, they're not in on Soto, blah, blah, blah. Right? They're not Jack Curry. They are not Jack Curry. Jack Curry is a straight from the source guy. This is a straight from the cash god kind of guy. This is the kind of guy who's going to go straight to Cashman and get some of his information. Look, the chances of somebody in the lower levels of the Yankee organization knowing about the intricacies of their pursuit of Juan Soto is baffling or asinine in the first place. It's like saying that someone who works as the cashier at McDonald's knows about McDonald's next business venture. They're not in those conversations. They're not in those rooms. They don't know what's going on in those conversations. Do not, and I need to emphasize this. We have to stop giving these people platforms at some point. It's really, media reporting, it's gone down the shitter. And unfortunately, there are a lot of fan bases who are about to be misled this winter and are going to wake up very upset with the results of these sweepstakes because they think they're in a position they're not in, or they're dooming and glooming already because they believe they're in a bad position and they don't even know. Andy Martino said it today. No one really knows. That's where we're at right now. It's too early to know. Yankees feel comfortable. Yankees feel confident, but we don't really know. Randy Miller, look, I won't speak on the other guy. He doesn't deserve the platform that I would give him by talking about him, but Randy Miller absolutely does deserve the platform because, look, Randy Miller's a credited writer, right? Like, I'm not saying Randy Miller sucks. Like, he's this terrible person. He seems like a fine guy, right? Maybe he's a little misled, but he seems like a fine guy. I just think his report was wrong. I think his report was wrong. That's really it. I just thought his report was wrong. I think he had a history of missing on reports and that people were taking him like the gospel. And I thought it was too premature. I thought he was getting too much traction, too much steam for a guy whose accuracy rate isn't high enough to warrant such a thing. So yes, I will talk about Randy Miller because Randy Miller does have is a credited writer, has credentials, is a real person in the industry. He put his, he put his report out there. He put his face out there. He put his name out there. That I have respect for that. So that's why I'll talk about Randy Miller and only Randy Miller in this context. I did miss streaming a lot too. I do kind of miss just talking to a mic. I'm sorry if you guys hear a lot of feedback. My XLR cable is truly awful. I'm trying to fix this situation a little bit, but we'll see where I can do. So they're officially out on Arenado. Thank God. Nicholas, I agree. I want nothing to do with Nolan Arenado. Bellinger, not necessarily. I don't really know if I want anything to do with Bellinger. But honestly, I think this is where I'm at. I think Bellinger would make the Yankees better. I don't think at $26.7 million, it makes any sense to bring in Cody Bellinger. But if the Yankees like him, and if the Yankees believe that, they can lower that number a little bit by negotiating with the Cubs, maybe offering another prospect or two, that right there, I'm fine with. That right there I can live with. That right there I can be fine with. $13 to $14 million, I'll be good with that. $13 to $14 million, I'll be good with that for Cody Bellinger. Not in that $20 to $25 million range. Definitely not interested there. Well, the Yankees seem to like him, so we'll see how that pursuit goes. But yes, absolutely happy that they're not in on Arenado. I'm not far enough to say no way he leaves, but I do have a hard time imagining that Hal Steinbrenner would let him walk out of the door. Now, he doesn't actually have to let him walk out of the door for Soto to leave. What if Soto never goes back to the Yankees to match an offer, right? Like that's a situation where, then he's gone. So I think they'll do whatever it takes. We'll see if Soto gives them a chance to do whatever it takes, or if there's a team willing to go to a length that just doesn't feel financially responsible for the Yankees. If you ask me personally, my walkaway number is like $850 million. So I'm a fan. I don't think I'm an objective enough person to give an objective walkaway number. I just want him on the Yankees forever. We'll see. I don't think it's going to get to $800 million, but you never know. Just how much of a threat do you think the Red Sox are? They look really enticing if we're being honest here. If the Yankees offer more money, we'll be fine. The way I look at it is, look, the Yankees can sell results. The Yankees can sell that they are winning games. They have won games. The Red Sox can sell the prospect of winning games. That's a little different, right? The Red Sox have to sell the idea they can win baseball games. They're going to be willing to spend. They did this last year. They talked about, we're going full throttle, this, and that. They've shown a failure to deliver on promises. And look, I'm saying all this stuff just to be a devil's advocate here. I actually think the Red Sox have a very good future. They have a phenomenal farm system, but you can bring up the detracting attributes of what the Red Sox can offer the same way you could for any organization. So I don't think all that bells and whistles stuff is going to matter. It's just going to matter who has the top offer. If it's even, I think he goes back to the Yankees. That's my feel. That's my gut check. But we'll see. I mean, if the Red Sox go $700 million, then he might go to the Red Sox, right? So we'll see from there. I want them to sign him, and we should be capable of paying what he asks. I agree. I think Soto is going to get well over $600 million as well. I'm still not over that Game 5 collapse. We had it. Can't believe we blew it like that. I just try not to think about it. He's going to the Mets. That's a realistic option. I have never been the type of person to be like, he's not going to go to the Mets, right? Like, I feel really weird. It would be really weird for me to try to argue that, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the Mets priorities are, but I know that Juan Soto is one of them. That's kind of where I'm at. Yankees. Yeah, I hope he's a Yankee. Red Sox let Mookie and Xander walk away as they haven't been really serious about winning. So why should I take them seriously in the Juan Soto sweepstakes? Because money talks. If the Blue Jays can be in on this, the Red Sox are definitely going to be capable suitors. I mean, look, everyone's talking about the Red Sox, like the ugly stepchild of this, like, sweepstake finalist. The Blue Jays are the ugly stepchild of this sweepstakes. What the hell do they have to offer? Their top guy isn't secured in Vlad Guerrero Jr. Their farm system's underwhelming. Their regime, the organization, the people in the organization, I'm not particularly confident in their ability to build a consistent contender. When it comes to the New York Mets, I believe in David Stearns' plan. I believe David Stearns is an excellent GM. I believe Steve Cohen is an excellent owner. I believe Carlos Mendoza is an excellent manager. I believe Desi Drusel is one of the best hires any team's going to make this offseason. I buy into what the Mets are selling, right? It's pitching development. It's smart, financially secure decisions on the pitching side of things. It's saving the big bucks for the biggest players. I buy into that plan. I buy into the Red Sox plan even. You've got Roman Anthony, Marcelo Meyer, Christian Campbell, Kyle Teal. That's four of the best prospects in the game. Campbell, Anthony, you could argue that's 1 and 2 in the game. You can buy into what's going on there. Rafael Devers, he's locked up for the next decade plus. Jaron Duran, that's a good ball player. Willie Abreu, another excellent ball player. Tristan Casas, he's an excellent ball player. You've got, I know that people are going to give him crap, but, I don't think Trevor Story's the worst ball player in the world. He's a great defensive shortstop. If he stays healthy, hey, he can do something for you. You look at, what they have on the catching side of things. That needs help, but you've got Kyle Teal coming up. On the pitching side of things, you've got Craig Breslow, you got Andrew Bailey, two of the best minds in the game when it comes to pitching development. You can buy what the Red Sox are selling. You can buy what the Yankees are selling. You can buy what the Mets are selling. I'm not sure what you can buy and what the Blue Jays are selling outside of, here's a lot of money, and let's hope you buy in. Again, I think it's a New York battle. I think it's Yankees Mets, but we'll see. We shall see. We shall see how this ends up. I still put the Blue Jays and the Red Sox distant third. Very, very. I would put the field over the Blue Jays, if that makes sense. I wouldn't put the field over the Red Sox. I'd put the field over the Blue Jays. We've got a super chat from Big Ant NYC. Thank you again. Appreciate you, Big Ant NYC. Thank you for stopping by and thank you for the donation. If you had a choice for Yandy Diaz, Luis Arraez, or Christian Walker at first base, who would you pick? Also, what players would we have to give up for Arraez or Yandy? So my pick from that trio, not considering the price tag, would be Yandy Diaz. The reason I say that is I think Yandy Diaz is going to be the best hitter of that group in 2025. Projections strongly believe that. The underlying data is still pretty good. I believe Yandy Diaz's approach profiles very well for Yankee Stadium. Furthermore, I believe in someone like Yandy Diaz to be a cheap option. Now we're factoring in cost. $8 million a year this year for the luxury tax. It will be a $10 million club option for 2026 if the Yankees believe his performance is satisfactory. I'd also like to add the Yankees have had conversation with the Rays about Diaz back at the deadline. Perhaps there is a little bit of some framework, some groundwork being done at the deadline that the Yankees can now reach back to and go back to for a potential, off-season trade. Walker is a very close second. Christian Walker is the total package at first base. My hesitance here, the age. I'm not sure how he'll age. I'm not sure what he'll look like in 2025. There are a laundry list of guys who the under-the-hood metrics look really good, and then boom, they're gone. They don't know how to hit anymore. They're old. They're slow. It doesn't work. You could be tied into a pretty tough contract in that situation. That being said, I'd be ecstatic if the Yankees got Walker. He's a good player. I just have my concerns. I have concerns about Diaz as well. His defense is not good at first base. And again, he's in his mid-30s. We'll see how he ages, but the Yankees have an out after 2025. Versus Walker, there is no out after 2025 unless you build it into the contract, which I just doubt Walker is going to take that kind of deal. He's going to have too big of a market to settle for what? A 3-year deal where the team can cut you after year one. Finally, would like to add about Luis Arraez. Luis Arraez, I'm going to keep this on here. Luis Arraez is a good ball player. He's a good ball player. I don't think he's a terrible ball player. I also don't think he's a great ball player. Luis Arraez to me would be someone whose power would improve at Yankee Stadium, but everything else he does well would dissipate at Yankee Stadium. He is not the kind of guy who profiles well for a ballpark where you're trying to dink and dunk hits, BABIP your way to hitting 300, hitting 310, hitting 330, whatever it may be. That kind of approach doesn't really work. Left-handed hitters at Yankee Stadium had an average BABIP of 265, I believe. And I apologize, I'm doing this research on the fly, so you're going to hear a little bit of typing. Luis Arraez has a career 339 BABIP. This past year, 324, had a 109 WRC+. The year prior, 362, 130 WRC+. The year before that, 331, 130 WRC+. So he's a high BABIP guy. He's going to have to really BABIP his way to hits, and I don't know if that's going to happen at Yankee Stadium. I don't. So I would have concerns. Maybe hits for more power here. That's definitely a thing. And his first base defense is bad. So he might be the worst defensive player in this group at first, and he's clearly the worst hitter in this group. So from those two respects, I don't really buy into Luis Arraez as being a great option. I'd view him as like a low cost if you could flip. Like if you would do Nestor for Luis Arraez, I would do that. I would do Nestor for Luis Arraez. And I think that's something that could happen. The Padres are looking for offense versus pitching, but like in a weirdo world where their needs were inversed, if they needed pitching more than offense, I could see that being a thing. I just personally, the Padres don't need Nestor Cortez. The Padres need some bats. Ryan, you're the man. Thank you, Ben. This is a Red Sox fan right here, so we got a little more of a different perspective on the Soto situation. As a Red Sox fan, I think it's Yankees, Mets, and Sox the top three. I would agree. Again, if you're going to look at a non-New York team, it just makes sense for the Red Sox to be the third team. They do have so much more to offer than the Blue Jays, and it doesn't seem like the Dodgers are particularly interested in bringing him bringing him into the organization. Could you imagine if Juan Soto was already a Los Angeles Dodger? Good God. I think it'll be the Yankees. I agree. I think it'll be the Yankees, but I also I was 55 to 60% entering the offseason. I'm staying right there. Until I get a different, until I get a different, like a report that suggests I should feel dramatically differently. You know what I mean? That's what I believe. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I am wrong at times. I'm not perfect. No one's perfect. No reporter's perfect. But That's just my gut check. No Luis Arraez ever, please. I get Kin does not want Luis Arraez, which again, I just don't think he's that good. I don't think he's that good for Yankee Stadium. He would have hit 9 home runs this year. Kin, would this change your mind? Luis Arraez would have hit 9 home runs at Yankee Stadium instead of 4. With 5 more home runs, that probably improves his WRC plus from 109 to like 115. And last year he would have hit he would have hit 9 instead of 10. Okay, Kin, would you do Luis Arraez if he pause? Would you want Luis Arraez if he hit 10 home runs a year with the Yankees? Like, I want your answer to that. I'm very curious to see what you would have to say to that. Not saying I want, I just felt like presenting that. Curry's just said Rizzo and Gleyber are not coming back. Think we knew this, but Curry confirmed. Yeah, they're not coming back. I don't even need a report on that. They're not coming back. Bellinger Cubs. Yes. So I want to talk about this. Jack Curry mentioned that the New York Yankees, like Cody Bellinger, that they've long had an interest in him and that he could be an option for them in the trade market. Obviously, Chicago Cubs are very interested in moving Cody Bellinger. This past season, he put up a 109 WRC plus, 2.2 F4. He had 18 home runs in 130 games. The key here for Bellinger is that his home runs at Yankee Stadium, he would have hit more home runs if he played all of his games at Yankee Stadium. So if he played all 130 of his games at Yankee Stadium, he would have hit 24 home runs instead of 18. Now, if you improve someone's home run count from 18 to 24, obviously their WRC plus is going to skyrocket. But what I do want to say is that I don't think, obviously, you can't use that logic because you can't play 130 games at Yankee Stadium. But would he hit for more power here? I do think so. I think Yankee Stadium makes sense for him. Do I think he's a good player? Yes. I think he's a good base runner, a good enough defensive first baseman, and a good enough hitter. Do I think he's worth $26.7 million? Again, no. Just no. And he has a player option for 2026. That scares me. At like $14 million, I would do it. Not any higher mark. Not at any higher mark. So that's where I'm at. Not at any higher mark. Yandy and Walker both up there in age. I agree, but I think Yandy's a little bit young, just like a tad bit younger. And it's a toss-up. You could go either way. I said Walker was a close second, but Yandy's been my guy. I also think Yandy solves the leadoff issue. He becomes your leadoff hitter. That's 2 birds with 1 stone. I agree. I think Arraez is overrated and still a good player. That's kind of the best way I could look at it. No more contact hitters 2025. I would love to see what this chat has to say about that. Can this chat react to this? Because I know that I know the wide range of Yankee fan beliefs on hitting for power versus hitting for contact. Do you think the Yankees can trade for Brandon Lowe? They could. I don't know if they will. He is a good hitter. I've always loved Brandon Lowe. I've always wanted the Yankees to go out and get him. He freaking rocks. But, I don't know if they are going to get him. I don't know if they're going to be all in on him. He does have some injury issues, but he's a good ball player, man. He rakes. He's the kind of guy that you throw him in the middle of a lineup. You know what I mean? Like, really. But they talked up Durbin a lot. So I wonder if they believe Caleb Durbin is their second baseman. Jack Curry said he expects him to be on the roster. The Caleb Durbin smoke feels legit. It feels like they have legit smoke there, that they really do like him. So we'll see. Like, we will see. He said he bet $1 that Durbin's on the 26-man roster. Isn't that interesting, guys? I feel like that's very interesting. I feel like he's gonna make the team, right? Like he's gonna make the team. He's going to make the team. I feel confident saying that. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think or what you guys believe, but yeah, absolutely. I really want to see Ben Rice get a shot. I would love to see Ben Rice get a shot. I think Ben Rice is a good hitter. I think Ben Rice has a chance to be a good major leaguer. I just think the Yankees don't want to figure that out without a quality like option in-house. And I get that. I do get that. So, yeah, really hope we get him. I hope we get Soto. You could have been talking about somebody else, but I hope we get Soto. That's really where I'm at. I kind of don't care what happens after. I'm not saying I don't want them to make additions, but I can kind of sell myself on anything once you get Juan Soto. Josh Naylor is exactly what we need. I love Josh Naylor. I've talked about him. I did a video on 5 first base I think the Yankees could trade for. Bellinger, it was Bellinger, Lamont Wade Jr., Josh Naylor, Nathaniel Lowe, and Yandy Diaz. I mentioned I thought Yandy Diaz was the best fit, but I did speak pretty glowingly about Naylor. I like Josh Naylor, quality ball player, quality hooper, folks, and a fucking crazy guy. I love it. Like, he just throws the helmet. I love it, man. If Soto ends up signing elsewhere, I'm going to go hard on the why? Like, I'm already going to be like depressed. Why? Like, why? I'd already be depressed. Gonna just kick a man while he's down? Come on. I'm fucking with you, Trev. I love you. I think it's the Yanks. No way in the right mind let a guy who basically took him all the way. Money won't be a problem. Neither will it be how. I think the Yankees will make a pretty aggressive bid. We'll see if it's enough. We'll see if Soto even like. What if Soto like actually doesn't like New York? I don't know. I doubt it, but crazier shit's happened, right? I guess I don't fucking know. Clay Holmes is a starter. Yeah, that stuff's crazy. I don't think it's stupid. I think it's kind of interesting, but I think it's a little weird. Like it's a little weird, just a little bit. It's kind of like up there on the weird spectrum. It's kind of like Jordan Hicks level weird, except Jordan Hicks, like, you could see it, right? Like the stuff is it kind of like plays well as a starter. I'm not sure Holmes would. I'm not sure. I'm not sure Holmes is like a major league starting. I don't know if he has the arsenal to be a starter. That's kind of where I'm at. Like four seam, sure. Sinker, yeah. Sweeper, yeah. Slider, yeah. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at. I don't really know. Yeah, he'd be solid. I just clearly the third best player in that group. So, for you to still be a rise hitter. That's fair. That's fair. What do you think a package for Lamont Wade Jr. will look like? Nestor for Wade trade up? Yeah, honestly, yeah. I think I would do Nestor for Wade and ask them to give us Taylor Rogers and have them eat some money. Rogers is a good reliever. They tried to place him on waivers. No one picked him up because he's owed $11 million for next year. I want him. I am a Taylor Rogers guy. I want him. Ryan Garcia wants him. That's where I'm at. Yankees traded Spencer Jones if Soto resigns. I don't know if his stock is particularly high enough to get anything to note, but maybe they do. Yeah, I think Stroman would profile well for San Francisco. He also has talked about wanting to play there before. So, if he wants to, we're happy to oblige. Not saying that personally, literally just like from a roster construction standpoint, he doesn't have a fit in the rotation right now. I need more damage and balls in the air in the lineup. I would tend to agree, but David believes the team needs contact hitters. So, two sides of the same coin. My reaction is that Kin knows ball. It is in his name, and I would agree with that sentence. So it feels very accurate. We're going to be realistic, but a balance of good hitters in our bombers would be big. Yeah, imagine being a fence hitter like Silk Buckets. No, I'm joking. It's a very rational take. I would tend, like, I wouldn't want like 9 guys strike out 30% of the time. Now, if they're 9 Aaron Judges who strike out 30% of the time, I'd want them, but that's not like a realistic scenario. It's very unlikely you're going to find 9 30% strikeout hitters on the market right now, or enough 30% strikeout hitters on the market to fill your team up with strikeouts and productive hitters. So you just want to get good hitters, and making contact a good thing. Like if you making enough, like making contact is not bad. I think that we've demonized contact maybe a little bit too much, but there's bad contact. There's definitely contact that's harmful for a player. And there's definitely, like swing angle, like or launch angle, excuse me. There are definitely guys who like maybe hit too many fly balls, but I'm sure that those players are like, we just rarely see them. There are very few players who are like 5'2" or like hitting too many fly balls. They're probably not hitting the ball in the air. They've probably never been told to do that. So like the epidemic of guys hitting for too much power is like non-existent. The epidemic of guys not hitting for enough power, not as great as it was in years past, but definitely still a thing. Yankees need more power at first base. That's what all I'll say. That's the one drawback with Diaz. You're not going to get as much game power, although the raw power is very good. Kid knows ball, fuck contact hitters forever. Magic like Mike. There are two sides to this spectrum here. It's very funny. I love this. That's all for now, Ryan. Brandon, thank you for sending any updates on the Curry stuff that we didn't see previously. So thank you. Like, seriously, thank you. You are the man. Appreciate you. We're going to keep looking through these beautiful comments. Ben Rice, Gary Sanchez, platoon feed families. I would cry for this. I would cry for this. Like I'd cry. I miss like peak Gary. I'm not saying I miss like current Gary, but current Gary's not bad. I miss peak Gary. You're wrong if you don't miss like the best Gary years. Like that guy rocked, dude. He hit the crap out of the ball. How about Carlos Santana? I love Carlos Santana. Ryan Garcia loves Carlos Santana. I love Carlos Santana. Yeah. I love him. He's the man. I love Carlos Santana. I'm not sure he'd be great, but like, I love him. I love him so much, man. I was talking about Soto. Yeah, I agree. Santana's better than Rice for 1 year. Yeah, and also he hits lefties and Rice hits righties. So that's like a natural platoon if it has to come to that. Durbin being the starting second baseman would be ideal. At least IMO, I'd rather take a look at Jorge Polanco, use Durbin. I agree. As like some sort of like utility man, like that would rock. The utility thing, yeah, I think that I don't know. I think that I think personally Durbin's like more of a utility guy. Like I think he's a solid player, but like I also think like we have to be realistic here. What are the odds of like a non-top 15 prospect? You know what I mean? That's kind of where I'm at. I don't know. I really think I really like Caleb Durbin. Like I think he's a good player. I'd actually say get Cody Bellinger instead of Josh Taylor. That's interesting. That's very, very interesting. That's interesting. That's an interesting take. I don't know if I agree, but it's certainly a take. Certainly a take. Certainly a take. Let's see. I have to take the anger out somewhere, Ryan. JK. Love you, man. Do you think they're a desperation for pitchers who would trade a lot for someone like Nestor Cortez? I think a lot relative to like what maybe people would think he'd get. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. I don't. Oh man, I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question. I do not see Clay Holmes as a starter. I agree. Do you think the Yankees should get Corbin Burns? I don't think he's worth the 10-year like kind of. I don't know. I'm not really comfortable giving him 10 years. I'm not comfortable with how he's going to age long term. That's just me though. That's just me. Swifties bought Taylor a billboard in Times Square to celebrate album chart success. It was $40, 15 seconds. Why not get a because I don't think it would affect everything, Sophia, but like I'll consider it. You guys want me to like I'll consider it. I don't know. We'll look into it. I could see Clay Holmes starting pitcher for like the Cardinals. Definitely not I hope not for the Cardinals. He would be terrible. I don't want the Cardinals touching him. I want as a Clay Holmes fan, I want him to go to like a place where he's going to like good, like the Cubs, even the Mets, like I know their pitching coaches are good, that kind of thing. Terry Rogers is a lefty, yes. No David. If Soto walks, what about Reynolds and Bednar from Pittsburgh in a trade? They're not trading Reynolds, and Bednar might suck. So messaging coming out of the Bronx isn't promising regarding Soto. I feel like it was pretty promising. I feel like it was. I could be wrong. I feel like Soto was pretty promising. Am I promising? I mean, we just don't know, right? We don't. And honestly, guys, like let's level on the Soto stuff here. Let's have a heart to heart, folks. All right, I'm gonna just put this comment down for a second so we can have a heart to heart. We all understand that like not getting Juan Soto or not keeping Juan Soto, would be like the worst thing that's ever happened to all of us as fans. And if you didn't experience 2004, honestly, it'd be number one on my list of like the worst days of my life as a sports fan. I don't know if that day's coming. I don't. I really don't. I feel confident in saying I think the Yankees are great. It'd be pretty fucking embarrassing, especially considering the two teams you might lose them to. The one team, realistically, I think it's just the Mets, but I could be wrong. You lose them to the Mets. I mean, you're not the New York team anymore. You're the little brothers financially. Red Sox, you lose to the Red Sox. Obviously, that's terrible. You got to see them, 8 times a year, 12 times a year. You put yourself in some pretty rough situations. I say this all to say, the Yankees have years. I think the messaging from Jack Curry, Andy Martino, they're all in. They want their guy back. We'll see if that results in them getting their guy back. Who knows? The Yankees feel comfortable with what they've given Soto. They feel comfortable with what they've done for Soto. They feel like they put their best foot forward. We'll see if their best foot forward is truly the best foot anyone puts forward. Now, I think that they're more than willing to go a little higher in their bids if they have to. I think the Yankees would be willing to, but that's speculation. That's where you enter the territory of like, I don't know, fan fiction almost, right? Like, and I'm going to adjust this camera a little bit because I realize my face is getting cut off by the graphic. This is all speculation, right? I'm not, I mean, the speculation portion's me saying I think the Yankees would match any offer. I think the Yankees would up their offer a little bit. I could be wrong. We'll see. Look, I disagree with this. I disagree with this. I disagree. Like, if you're saying signed already, I disagree with that. No, the old Yankee way of business, yeah, they would have signed Soto. But the old Yankee way of business, there was no luxury tax. The Mets weren't big spenders the way they are now. That's part of it too, right? Because if you took the Mets out of this equation, it'd be a Yankee by now, right? That's really it, right? So there's more teams willing to spend nowadays than I think they've ever been. I just genuinely believe that. I do. I think that there's more parity in the league. I don't think that you can just look at the Yankees as the team that you can win with and nobody else. Right? Yankees always have the top dollar. The other teams have a lot of money. Dodgers can spend as much as the Yankees. Mets can spend as much as the Yankees, if not more. Right? So it's a little different. It is a little different. I say that to say it's just different. We'll see if the Yankees' best foot forward is truly the best foot anyone puts forward. That's where I'm at. That's all we know. That's all we know. Right? That's all we know. Look, I think he did enjoy being a Yankee a lot. I think he did really enjoy being a Yankee and not. And you know, whether that's speculation or not, I'll leave up to you viewers to kind of disseminate through. But again, the Yankees, guys, the Yankees are trying to do everything they can. We'll see if that ends up being. We'll see if that ends up being enough. I don't want. Let's not like. You don't want to get caught up in the day-to-day with Soto. You want to get caught up in the week-to-week almost. Kind of like with baseball. You don't want to be caught up in the day-to-day. You want to be caught up in the week-to-week. I don't know. Like, I say this not even mockingly because I'm a Yankees fan, but like, I don't know. And do you think Red Sox fans are particularly the most informed in this situation? Because I don't particularly think they are. I think they're all just buying into the day-to-day. Every day, a new random reporter who quote-unquote has sources steps out and says, he's a Red Sox. He just signed with the Red Sox. He has a verbal agreement, blah, blah, blah. And then, just disappears for a little bit. Right? Right? You've got people going out and stating, the Yankees are out on Soto. Randy Miller's not even a nobody. Randy Miller, he's not a nobody. Question is credibility. That's fair. I do it. He said Yankees were out on Soto. If you get capped out at $550 million, if you get caught up in the day-to-day, you're going to go crazy. So again, we know what we know. What we know is the Yankees are all in. That's the what we know. All right. That is the what we know. I agree. I hope Soto signs soon, and I just hope it's with the Yankees. So his pull rate, yes, it was lower than his career numbers, but from my understanding, his pulled fly ball rate remained really good. So for those who are unaware, like what's kind of the difference here, you don't want to pull ground balls, right? Like so you don't want to pull ground balls. You don't. And I say that to say ground balls that are pulled usually don't go for hits. So if we look at 2023 and we're going to look at percentile scores for pulled fly ball rate, 21, 20. Okay. Cody Bellinger in 2024 had his second best pulled fly ball percentage from 2021 to 2024 in terms of percentile score. It's pretty good. So that's where I'm at, right? Like that's why I say his pulled rates aren't a concern to me. It's because he's pulling the ball in the air a lot more than he has like in years like 2020. A little more than he did. Like it's pulling the ball in the air that concerns me. That's the only area where like I need to know he's pulling the ball a ton in the air. I don't need to know he's pulling ground balls. I don't even need to know he's pulling line drives. I just care that he's pulling the balls that are fly balls, because fly balls are opposite field. He's not going to get them out. He doesn't have the power to do that. Yeah. Bring back Sevy Tulo. I don't want Severino back. I'm sorry. I don't think he's very good, guys. I apologize. Don't mean to pop. Yeah, sorry. I just hate to pop the bubble. Don't think he's very, very good. Wonder what Judge doing to help Soto back. I don't know if this is his role or his job. I just hope he's telling the UFO he wants Soto back. I'm leaving that up to Cashman and Hal. And honestly, it's not a report. He said it. So we'll see if he said it to kind of not reveal his hand, or if he genuinely meant it. I don't know. I kind of don't care. That's kind of where I'm at. I'll give Sox credit for extending Devers. Yep. Look, they do. I think they are going to spend this year. I just, right? Like, you're still going to have question marks about it. That's all. I could see the Yankees trading for Helsley. I'm not sure about Williams because Williams, I don't know if like I don't he's going to cost a lot, right? You know what I mean? Like he's going to cost a ton. That's really where I'm at. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. But yeah. Is Soto Yankee yet? No. I'm a little concerned by the best foot forward comment. I'm not. I'm concerned. Like, I'm concerned. I'm concerned with like the only thing I'm concerned with is I'm concerned with like what they're gonna do after. That's really it. I'm concerned about what they would do after. So yeah. Loki want to slide Blake Trinan. He's good. He's just very injury prone. A little concern there. So yeah. Tyler Austin. Oh my god, that'd be so funny. Please bring back Tyler Austin like a minor league deal. Do you get the vibe Bellinger's the kind of guy they'd want with or without Soto? Yes. I do get that vibe now. I also think they're gonna try to bring back Tim Hill, and I think they'll I don't know. Also, Jack Curry said he believes Soto will sign with the Yankees or Mets. So I'm not gonna say it, but hey, Boston, suck my balls. Suck my balls. There are a lot of people who've been very mean to me. I'm not yelling this. I'm whispering it. Suck my balls, Boston. Suck my balls. Anyways, would the Sox be signing? So I guess they won't be signing Soto. It would be get back. I don't really know if it'd be a get back. I don't know. Like, it'd just be like, fuck. Like, I think their get back was 04. Like, what is it? Isn't that their get back? Like winning in 04? That feels like the ultimate get back, in my opinion. Yeah, if Hal doesn't sign Soto, I'm going to be very upset at him. I'll be very critical. Mike Ford won an MPB championship. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's so funny. I love that. Back to Judge. Look, I've said a lot of things. Look, I said a lot of things about Aaron Judge during the postseason that may or may not be mean. By mean, I mean, I said he's not that good in the playoffs, and I just shouldn't like say the Yankees should acquire certain players, whatever. But Don Mattingly didn't win a ring, and he was the third most recent captain. Judge, yeah, third most recent. Yeah, let's slow down a little bit, right? Yeah, let's slow down a little bit, folks. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna fire this tweet off. I'm gonna be honest with you. I need to fire. Like I need to fire this tweet off. I'm just making fun. I'm sorry. I have to do this, guys. Like I got nothing better to do with my life. No, I'm joking. If the bets, look, I don't think they're actually more racist than like I'm not doing a racist competition between like New York and I'm not doing that. I'm just not. I'm not happening. Sorry, I'm not doing that. If the Yankees do sign Soto, we see Judge and I think it'll be Judge in center, Dominguez in left, Soto in right. Nick Pivetta, I want Nick Pivetta. Did I never post that article saying I want Nick Pivetta? Trevor, have you seen me post about an article about Nick Pivetta? Because I wrote like a crazy long article on this. Let me know if you have or haven't. But yeah. Adames for third base. I want him for third base regardless of where we sign Soto or not. Like, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. So, I don't know. You guys could be wrong. I could be wrong. I haven't seen. Do you think the Yankees? I think they do. I think they do. I think they do. What's your plan B if we don't sign Soto? Oh my God, the Rangers are going to sign Kyle Higashioka. Wow. The Rangers are making progress on a deal for Kyle Higashioka per John Morosi. I miss Kalagashi. I love Kalagashi. Have I ever told you guys like how I randomly just like decided I love Kalagashioka? It's very random. It's very sudden. I don't actually know why, but I do. Okay, I will post it tomorrow. I have it out. I just have to post a tweet of it. So I'll just post a tweet of it tomorrow, if that's cool with you guys. I did not. I'm broke. Do you think the Yankees should be done with Peraza? I think he probably is done, right? So, yeah. I want Soto back, but I also want Christian Walker. Why not both? Why not both? Why not both? Right? Why not both, folks? Why not both? I would BP ball. Really? Really? Well, why don't you what? You have a BP ball hit by Kalagashioka. Have you told me this before? I feel like you haven't told me this, Trevor. I'm sad I didn't know about this or that I didn't remember this because we need to find a way to get that ball signed. I love Kalagashioka. Sneaky power. The Yankees re-sign Rizzo. I'll throw myself off a bridge. I'll be honest with you guys. He's not particularly good. I want a good first baseman. I'll just roll with Ben Rice at that point. Go get a second baseman. I don't really care. I do find it interesting they had internal conversations about Burns and Fried. We know we talked to them. They being the Yankees. I think that's their backup plan if they don't get Mr. Soto. Soto, Sasaki, Walker. I think the fact that Jack Curry didn't mention anything about the fact that he didn't mention anything about like anything about Sasaki, you know what I mean? I don't know about you guys. I have no faith the Yankees are going to sign Roki Sasaki. Zero. None. I have zero faith whatsoever that the New York Yankees are going to sign that man. Zero. None. Not a chance. I'm going to go at not a chance, right? I could be wrong. I could be so wrong. Everyone could like clown me for this if we're wrong and we end up getting him. I hope we get him. I hope like I'm stupid and we end up with Sasaki. Yeah, it's completely off my. Also, smash that like button. Fireside Giants in the chat. Love you, Fireside Giants. Thank you so much for showing up. If you're a Giants fan like me, I'm sorry. I really am sorry for what you've had to experience this season. You guys, if you're a Giants fan, make sure to go seek help. It's important to check on your mental state, especially during these tough times of having to watch Daniel Jones, Tommy DeVito, and Drew Lock. Please show support to Fireside Giants. They're in trying times right now with the team they watch, but they deliver great content. And if you guys like great content, you should check out Fireside Giants. But as it pertains to Sasaki, I agree. It's completely off our radar. I haven't even thought about Sasaki being a Yankee. Like, it's fun. It's cool. Sure, we're going to talk about him more, but no chance in my mind. No chance. I have no sources, but God, do I not have any faith that he's going to go anywhere other than the Dodgers. I fully believe he's a Los Angeles Dodger or a San Diego Padre. So, yeah. Last year's Yamamoto, now it's Roki Soto. It's Soto. It's just last year's Yamamoto. This year, it's please God sign Soto. Just all clumped into one word. Glad the Mets signed Montas. I think there's some upside there. I think it's a decent contract. Just a little rich, but who cares, right? Who cares, right? Who cares? Who cares? Right? Who cares? Let's get Bellinger and Horner. I would love that. 30-degree weather tonight. Nobody had it worse than Floridians. You had 30-degree weather in Florida. That's fucking crazy. God, New York football is a disaster. Yeah, I want to kill myself when I watch New York, the Giants play. So I don't know how much of this I'm allowed to say on how much of this am I allowed to say on YouTube? Right, that's kind of the question I have. So yeah, I don't know. The Yankees free agency mystique. Nobody talk to anyone but get no one. Sure. If Sasaki's not a Met, I want Evaldi, but I'm open to Pivetta or Sevy or something. Sevy's like a distant third there. Sevy's such a distant third. Like he's such a distant third. I don't want Sevy at all. He does not miss enough bats. I'm sorry. I apologize, guys. You know what I mean? I apologize, but he's not that guy. He's really not. I'm sorry. I love him, but no. Right? Yeah. Bieber would be sneaky good. I like Shane Bieber as an option, but I don't know if he's ready on opening day. So that's where I'm at. We'll see, though. We'll see. We're entering the final 10 minutes. I was gonna stream for an hour, just because I have to do homework and eat dinner and stuff. I'm unfortunately a college student, and a hungry one, one who hasn't eaten dinner today. But with that being said, I do want to kind of rapid fire some questions. So fire any questions I didn't answer. If there's anything I didn't answer that maybe skimmed over, missed kind of in the flurry of talking about different things, please let me know. Just send it. I'll get to all of these now. Magic like Mike. Yankees get no one. Meanwhile, they signed Cole Rodon when they were the biggest pitching arms. Yeah, and you know what? They brought back Judge. And hey, maybe they bring back Soto. We'll see. If they bring back Soto, hard to argue that they don't spend, that they don't have a mystique to them. They're still the New York Yankees. That's how if the Yankees sign Soto, I'll be like, they're still New York Yankees. Right? If they don't sign Soto, it's shit. Right? It's like, damn it. What are we going to do? Oh my God, the world's falling apart. So, yeah. Interesting Yankees go after Bregman and Soto. The fact that Curry didn't mention Bregman's a little interesting. I don't think that they're getting Bregman, especially if they get Soto. I don't think they're getting Bregman. What's for dinner? I don't know. I have not checked the kitchen, so we'll figure it out. Something off topic, but the casual Yankee fan are the reason Gleyber is gone, and I'm mad at them for it. I think he's gone because he's very inconsistent in terms of his profile. He'll be like a damage guy one year, and then a contact walk guy another year. He's a very strange hitter to look at year to year. Just go on so this is an app I use. It's the Realist Muto, Real Muto, the Realist Muto.shinyapps.io/damage/ you will get you can look at profiles and percentile scores and all that stuff, and Gleyber Torres fluctuates year to year. He is a very strange player to look at offensively, and his defense isn't great. So I think it makes sense for the Yankees to explore their options, but I don't think they should have shut the door on Gleyber, if that makes sense. I think they should have been open to bringing him back if the situation matches up for it, but I don't think they're going to be in that situation. How confident are you in Caleb Durbin starting? Confident that he will start, meaning confident in the odds that he will start 50-50. I think it's a 50-50 he starts. Confident in the odds that he is a successful major league second baseman. 30-70, mainly because most prospects are not successful major league players. Now, what is a successful major league player? I consider it an above average everyday regular. So an above average everyday regular is less likely than is a less likely outcome, but still a possible outcome. Projections like Caleb Durbin, we'll see if these projections are correct. I like Durbin, but I understand I'm on the higher spectrum of people who like Caleb Durbin versus the average prospect guy. Because of that, I'm not going to be what I believe is the median outcome. No, I understand I'm a little bit higher on him. Let's consider Gary Sanchez back. Fuck it. Let's do it. Trevor Alley, not a big fan of Jack Flaherty, multi-contract guy. I think it makes sense from the standpoint of he's a good pitcher, no qualifying offer, but the injuries, the medical reports the Yankees were scared of, I'm good. That's where I'm at. What do you think about the Stony Brook Seawolves? I do not follow college sports nearly enough to know, but they are good because if you want them to be good, they will be good. I live near not live near, but I live relatively close to Stony Brook. I don't go to Stony Brook, so I wouldn't know. Who catch for the Yankees 2025? Austin Wells. Back up to Wells, Trevino. What pitcher do we think we get? Okay, hot take, Jeff Hoffman, and they turn him into a starter. Marcus Stroman and Spencer Jones for Derek Crochet. The White Sox blow my brain, the White Sox would literally just fart into the phone, unfortunately. Brooke Kriske should be a Rocky pitcher. That'd be funny. I think he's on the Cubs, though. Do you think Volpe will become the offensive player we thought he would be? I don't know. I am growing less and less confident by the year. I think that a nice outcome for him will be a 100 WRC plus hitter with great defense. That kind of player is a 4 to 5 WAR player. Shift Gleyber Torres in a way, so every ball hit near him goes to his right, and he's Andrelton Simmons at second base. Counterpoint, he should play third base. Next, big bullpen arm from the Yankee system, Clayton Beeter and or Eric Reselman. Everson Pereira, fourth outfielder, would have made sense, Emo, but Grisham's also a good fourth outfielder. Everson Pereira, I am not counting him out from being a productive major leaguer yet. Don't crucify me, but I'm not at the point of calling him a bust yet. Do you think Yankees can get Soto and Burns? No. I think, yes, they could in theory, but they're not going to. Yankees should trade for Ryan Helsley. Donald Glover, I believe he's a good reliever as well. I believe the Yankees should at least show interest, should at least inquire and see what the market indicates. With that being said, I think I've got to all of the questions thus far, so I'm ready to ride. I'm ready to ride, folks. I'm ready to ride. Reselman should have been up by MO. I disagree. You need to let prospects develop. That's what you need to let prospects develop. I'm sorry. That's what you got to do. If Volpe hit more pulled fly balls, yeah, if he pulled the ball more in the air, it'd be great. Yeah, for sure. I just don't know if he can do that right. We'll see. We'll see. We shall see. Let's see. Yeah, I think that Volpe, like, I don't know. I think he should pull the ball in the air more, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know what they're gonna do with him. I just hope he just continues swinging the bat hard the way he did in the postseason, because it really worked. By the way, if you guys aren't subscribed, you should like, comment, subscribe, send us to friends, get this stuff shared. We really appreciate all of your support. We have so many viewers in here right now, so really appreciate that, guys. You guys are the best. Appreciate you dearly. So muchas gracias. Do you think Volpe's playoff success is a good sign? Yes, because he swung the bat harder and he did well. So I think perhaps that means perhaps that indicates that they're that he's willing to keep doing that. We shall see, of course, right? Like that's kind of the best way to put it, right? We #shall see. DeVito versus Volpe. Who is the best? Volpe, 100%. I'm sorry. I don't like Tommy DeVito very much. He cost us a quarterback, so I'm sorry. I apologize, folks. I do. I apologize. Jeff Hoffman is a starter. Yeah, let's do it. It would be so fun. It'd be so fun. Daniel Jones blows. Yes, I know. Is there any info on Torres? Curry said he just doesn't think there are any plans to bring him back. So, yeah. And yes, Daniel Jones does suck. I hope I mentioned that Daniel Jones sucks, because I don't like Daniel Jones, unfortunately. Is Roderick Rios future superstar? Probably not, but I think he's a better prospect than I thought he was. He's a better prospect than I thought he was entering the year, which is weird because he struggled in the first half. I buy into Roderick Rios a little more than I would have in previous years. I don't know why I feel that way outside of like the second half. Like, I'm a weird guy with that stuff. So I don't know. I don't think he's a superstar, but I think he can be like a productive big leaguer. We'll see. Yeah. I'm like super excited for like the Soto stuff to end. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I really hope like he signs tomorrow. I hope he signs with the Yankees, of course, but I hope it's tomorrow. Baker Mayfield would eat Tommy DeVito's lunch. He did eat Tommy DeVito's lunch, and we all saw it. Damn, so we need a second baseman too, probably, unless we start Turpin. Do you think Oswaldo Cabrera gets Oswald Peraza? Oh my God, I fucked it up 3 different times. Do you think Oswald Peraza gets playing time next season? Yes, just not a lot. I don't even know if he's here next year. Gonna be honest with you guys. Sign Soto, move him to first base, move Judge back to right. I don't think Soto's going to first base this year. So, yeah, we'll see. But I don't think it's happening. Flute game. Tommy DeVito sucks. I know you're trolling, Trevor. I know you are. Anywho, send your last questions in. We're gonna start wrapping this up soon. I have a little bit of a headache. I should have eaten before this. I should have gotten a little granola going, a little granola bar, but I did not. Poor mistake on my end. Rookie mistake. Will Warren, baby. Okay, I actually still think Will Warren will be good. That is another article, another conversation for another time. I promise you this, folks. I promise you this. I will do the job. Do you think we can get Corbin, Soto, and Fried? Absolutely not. I don't even think we can get Soto anything. So, yeah. Thoughts on my last message in regards to Volpe particularly. Gosh, where was this? Oh, we'll never understand. So I think it's because players, the major league coaching staff can't control what the players do over the offseason entirely. Like, they can kind of do their own thing. You can't you're not paying them over the offseason, from my understanding. So you can't mandate they do X, Y, and Z. So It seems like he made the change on his own. I think, in my opinion, he made the change on his own. Will Warren needs to learn from Michael King. I agree. He should put on 15 pounds and add. Yeah, he should add some weight. Will Warren should add some weight. We'll talk to him over the offseason, hopefully. Random question. Do you think Jason Dominguez changed his number 89? Yes, I think he does. I don't know. So what? Maybe 35. Maybe he takes Holmes' number. We'll see. Really? That's interesting. That's interesting. So James Rousing actually apparently helped Josh Chisholm pull the ball more. So that makes me like James Rousing a lot more. But that's my parting words. James Rousing is a good hitting coach, I think. But I have to move at some point. So heartbreak. I'm so sorry, Trevor. Maybe have James Rousing sign the ball and like mimic Higashioka's signature. Isn't that illegal? I think it's illegal. Anyways, don't do that then. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, if you aren't subscribed, make sure you guys check out Fireside Yankees by subscribing, liking, subscribing, turn the notification bell, and check out Fireside Yankees on all of your favorite social media platforms. We have an Instagram, a TikTok, a Twitter, a Facebook, and of course this YouTube page, all under the handle at Ryan Garcia ESM. You guys know to check out Fireside Yankees on I'm trying to read this off now. Check out EmpireSportsMedia.com. EmpireSportsMedia.com has all of your favorite New York sports coverage, including and especially the New York Yankees. And of course, check out Fireside Bets. That's up above. At Fireside Bets, we've got incredible plays. We got a Discord. It's lively. You guys should be active. Let's pop out on that. And you guys can check me out at Ryan Garcia ESM. Thank you so much for the support. We're going to be doing these as often as we can. What does DJ LeMahieu do next year? Probably nothing. Probably be on the bench. Maybe gets cut midway during the year. Thank you again for tuning in. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Have a great night. Let's go Yankees, and let's hope we get Juan Soto. Peace out.